Triathlon is the only sport that can provide you with a diverse range of beauty and experience. Triathlons offer the opportunity to race through the world's best scenery, from brutally steep mountain passes to idyllic turquoise seas, and from bitterly cold glacial lakes to picture postcard tropical landscapes. If you find it hard picking the best races from the very vast array of settings and distances available, well, worry no more, because we did the legwork for you. In today's video, we'll show you the 9 of the best Ironman triathlons in the world. So be sure to stay up to the end of this video to find out which of these best places you will prepare for your next race. Welcome to Triathlon Global Insights, the motivation channel for all triathletes. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to stay updated with what's happening in the triathlon world. We keep you updated about triathlon news, incredible races, training tips, and information about pro athletes. You've heard of the rigorous Ironman Triathlon. If you're serious about fitness, organized by the World Triathlon Corporation, Ironman is believed to be the most grueling one-day sports event. Not only do amateurs and pros compete on the same track, but they also start at pretty much the same time. As a result, amateurs take off barely half an hour behind the pros during an Ironman event. This, according to triathletes, generates a fantastic atmosphere where you can find yourself sharing suggestions with a world champion in the finishers area. So, you must keep in mind that a great triathlon must include essentials such as enough aid stations, a well-marked route, beautiful scenery, nice volunteers, and all of the other small elements that make the registration cost feel justified. However, a great triathlon needs to cover more than just the basics. The backdrop must be so beautiful that you forget to look at your speedometer for the whole of the bike leg. The volunteers must be so pleasant that you are motivated to volunteer at a race. For a race to be one of the best in the world, partaking in it should be a life-changing event, one which you know you'll never forget. In line with that, from flat and quick routes to the world's most tough courses, here are the 9 finest triathlon races. Number 9. Triathlon Alpe D'Huez. The French Energy Board has been gracious enough to turn down the country's most powerful hydraulic power station, allowing swimmers exclusive access to the 700-meter-high Lac du Verney. The lengthy route climbs the Col de l'Alpe du Grand Serre and the Col d'Ornon. All of this happens before the legendary 21-hairpin ascent to Alpe D'Huez, which Tour de France spectators revered and has slopes of up to 14%. The cherry on top is the last challenge of a 1,860-meter run. Number 8. London Tri. London gathers over 11,000 competitors to sprint through its historic monuments in its many solo and relay competitions. All of the swim events occur in the Royal Victoria Dock, and the bike courses take in different metropolitan vistas depending on the distance you select. If you do one of the Olympic distance races on Sunday, you'll be cycling out to Embankment, crossing Tower Bridge, and St. Paul's. If one weekend triathlon isn't enough for you, there's also the Weekend Warrior Challenge. The current world record is 246 kilometers. Number 7. Klagenfurt, Austria Ironman. With crystal clear lakes, a breathtaking bike ride across Carinthia, and a running path surrounded by high mountains, it is one of the best Ironman courses available. So it's no surprise that more than 3,000 triathletes from around the world compete each year. Spectators will be rooting you on to the sentimental end, even staying until just before midnight to support the final finishers. Number 6. Ironman Copenhagen, Denmark. Since it is one of the few Ironman races held in a major city, it is extremely popular for its tourism prospects. Cycling or jogging by the city's historic sites on your way to an extraordinary life achievement is the best way to take in the city's historic landmarks. In addition, you'll be able to have the most hugga recovery after the race, so it's the ideal reason to invite your buddies to join you on a European weekend getaway. Number 5. Subaru Ironman Canada. Ironman Canada is among the toughest Ironman branded events, returning to Penticton after 7 years in Whistler. It offers a blend of breathtaking big country scenic and a deep sense of accomplishment. The swim takes place in Okanagan Lake, which has depths of up to 232 meters and is followed by a single loop cycle circuit through the beautiful local wine area. Canadian wine. Who knew? And a grueling 7-kilometer ascent up and over the 4% Richter Pass. A marathon follows the event in Penticton and the surrounding area, following some of the same paths as the historic circuit. Number 4. Zalaris Norseman Xtreme Triathlon. The goal of the world's toughest triathlon, according to some, was to make the experience more essential than the finish time. The idea of time may seem a bourgeois nicety by the time you've ascended 5,235 meters on bike and foot, several hours after leaping off a vehicle ferry into 13 degrees Celsius seas. What is clear is that the setting is stunning and the race is challenging. So challenging that you must have your support crew with you as you run the last 4.7 kilometers of trails up Mount Gostatopen. Number 3. Roth DATEV Challenge, the largest and maybe the greatest long-distance race in the world. Roth fills up quickly with 3,400 individual racers, 650 relay teams, and over 250,000 spectators expected. The event begins with a drop in the main Donau Canal before moving onto the bike route. With sharp climbs, one of the highlights is weaving past the roaring fans on the Solar Berg and fast descents. The course is flat but exposed along the canal before making its way back into town for a boisterous conclusion. Number 2. Ironman 70.3 Hawaii. The race begins with a swim off of Puna Beach, a half mile of sandy beaches that are commonly voted among the world's best beaches. But watch out for turtles, before transitioning to a tough, undulating bike course alongside the Pacific Ocean on the north part of the Ironman World Championship course, followed by a run from the Fairmount Orchid Hotel. Expect hills, heat, and humidity, but most importantly, a warm welcome and a stunning race on an island dotted with volcanoes, jungles, and endless beaches. It's the finest way to get a taste of the Ironman World Championships magic without needing to qualify or complete the entire distance. Number 1. Escape from Alcatraz Triathlon. To start the race, you don't need to escape from a famed jail. Instead, leaping off a boat just off the island would suffice. Next, you warm up with a half-mile run to transition before riding a weaving circuit around the historic Presidio Park after swimming over San Francisco Bay with the magnificent Golden Gate Bridge looming above. Then, there's the trail run to Baker Beach Battery, which includes a 400-step sand ladder climb through the dunes. That ends our video for today. What do you think of the 9 best triathlons in the world? Leave a comment below to let us know. Thanks for watching and staying with me up until the end. You may like, subscribe, and press that notification bell so that you'll be updated on my next upload.